Okay, so this is the Python script that automates my environment setup for different projects that I'm working on. I'll just run it first because I think it'll be easier to explain it when you can see it also. Alright, so when I run it, what it's doing is it looks at this initialization file here, and anything that's a main command name is going to be under the main scripts, like the main menu. And then what it does is anytime it hits one of these lines, the command line, it reads all of this in as one command. User commands are what is actually displayed to the user. And when you type this, whatever the name of it is, it runs whatever it says underneath it, which corresponds to one of the commands. So for smaller projects, like where you only have to open up one or two things, this is a little bit much, the user command to command aspect of it. But when you have, like for Whisper, because I have to open up so many fucking things, it's actually useful, or it's a lot more useful because I can chain a bunch of commands together. They're just comma separated. And then, so all I would need to type is, you know, like all front end or whatever, and then it would open up everything that has to do with the front end. So let's do, like if I do auto script, like that. So what it's doing is, I actually need to remove this. It's basically, yeah, like this part, under the user command, the name is actually being displayed like you see. And then this is default for any time you're in a main script, and then this is just default in general. It's always there. That's why it's not listed here, because it applies to everything. And then, you know, if I type something that's invalid, it'll just tell me. It won't actually do anything. Yeah, but all it's doing is whenever it reads the command, the user command, and it displays it, it looks at what it's supposed to run, and then it finds that actual command, and then it's outputting the description for it. But like I said, I need to remove the name aspect of that because it's a bit redundant. But yeah, so if I were to do, like if I go back and I do Whisper, because there's a ton of stuff that it outputs, because whenever I run one of these, it's just telling you everything that's going to open. So this is why this one's way longer, because there's a lot more combinations that you can do. So if I were to say, I'm just going to do all command prompt, because I don't want to open up the actual environments. So I do like that, and it opens all the windows to the places where I would actually need them. But that's it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, I don't know if I said this already, the last thing I think I'm gonna do for this is just make it so that you have one initialization text file, and it loads in the paths for all the files that you actually want to load in. So in other words, each main command will have its own file instead of having it like this. And then anytime it doesn't recognize something, like I can put as much white space as I want, because it just keeps looking for whatever it's supposed to find. So whenever it hits main command name, anything under it until it hits another main command is going to be added to this if it's valid. But anytime it comes across like this or something, I didn't hard code like if you do the / with a certain number of asterisks, then it's going to void that out. It's like anytime it hits something it doesn't recognize, it just ignores it. So you can put comments in here like this. But yeah, I think separating it is a much better idea. It'll be cleaner, easier to go through it. But yeah, that's it.